to get started. Thanks everyone for joining. Like I mentioned before, it is a beautiful rainy day here in Utah. Starting to warm up. We've been seeing some warmer weathers here. I think the snow is pretty much gone for the year, hopefully. We may have some small snow flurries, but for the most part, I think it's gone. So we're very, very excited about this presentation today that we're going to be showing you guys and the product that we're showcasing. So hopefully everyone can see my screen. Hopefully everyone can kind of see the chat. And feel free to chat in at any point if you have questions about any of our services or any of the products. Oops, that is not supposed to play through that way. So we are IXN. IXN stands for Insurance Experts Network. We used to be IE Network. For some of you may have initially known us as IE Network. By the way, if you can't see this, should be a toggle down at the bottom of your screen. You can hover over the bottom right corner and look for the full screen option. Sometimes people don't know how to do that, so that's something that we put on there just so you can hopefully figure that out. Sometimes it helps to see a little bigger. My name is Lasse Young. I am the Chief Revenue Officer. Some of you may have known me as the President of IXN. I kind of took a step back and focusing more on the revenue of our company, sales, marketing, those types of things. We have some new staff here on our team as well. We have a new COO. His name is Kevin Palmer. If any of you are going to be at the LifeMark meeting in Chicago, you'll get to meet him. He's awesome. But we're very, very excited about the future of our company and some of the things that we'll bring to you. So the agenda today is, first of all, just talk to you briefly about what's taken so long to get this product out, the new agency life quoter and forms. We're going to go over new carriers that have been added to the IXN platform, new features and for the forms and quote engine. And then I'm going to do a product demo. We'll quickly talk about pricing and then just kind of what's next for IXN. So first of all, just real quick, I'll just mention, we did a webinar like this back in August, and anticipating that we were going to be launching this product any day at that point. And we just recently launched it a couple weeks ago. And so it took that long because once we got into it, we realized we wanted to make sure we did it right. And we wanted to make sure we had a good working product that our clients could actually use. There's also engineering time sometimes take longer than expected, but we've really focused on creating a product that we think will make your agent's experience faster, easier to use, and really, really slick. And so, everything's kind of compact. You'll see that when I do the demo. Everything works really well all together in one place. You're not jumping out into all these other places for different to do different things. It's all kind of right there in front of you. So, what really took so long was, engineering timeframes. And we wanted to make sure we had a quality product for our customers. We've also been adding carriers, which has been, if any of you have dealt with carriers and their time frames, there's a lot of approval processes that go into that in getting them approved or getting approved and getting them on our platform. So that's been a big kind of uphill battle, but we feel like we're there. So for those of you who don't know who IXN is, we essentially have three product groups. So we have our mobile app platform, we have our quoting and forms, which is what I'm talking about today, and we also do websites. So if any of you are interested in learning more about these other services, we'd be happy to do demos with you, go over them, show you how slick our apps are for your agency, our custom branded apps, things like that. And we're happy to hop on a call and do a demo with any of our sales staff. Just give us a call, and we're happy to do that. So sometimes you'll see this referred to as the ALQ, which is our agency life quoter. This is our consumer or our agent-facing quote engine, and then we also have our carrier forms engine. So one of the main things that we have worked very hard to try to do here at ApplicInt is to not only have a really cool product, because the engineering part is not that hard for us. The hard part is having all the data correct and having all the data for the carriers that you need. So we've really worked hard on adding a lot of carriers to our platform. We have over 100 different carriers on our quoting platform. And then on our forms engine, here is a list of all of our carriers. One America just got added. We haven't finalized all the paperwork with them. I'll just mention that, but they just approved us yesterday to be on our platform. And we're working on a few others to get them approved. But all these carriers are carriers that we currently have on our forms engine that you can access and download your forms. And so that's been a huge battle. I mean, there really isn't anyone doing forms well other than your iPipeline, and then now us. And so you finally have a more affordable alternative to iPipeline. Honestly, I think it's a better solution. Obviously, that's in the eye of the beholder, but I think our solution is much slicker, much faster, much easier to get to the forms that you need and download those. So lots of work here. Carriers, as many of you know, are big moving machines with a lot of moving parts, and it takes a lot of work to get approved and get on our platform. And so that's something that we've worked really hard on. That's something we're continuing to work hard on. But these carriers are all on our platform. So there's a couple of different features here, new features that we're very, very excited about that I want to talk about. First one here is Applicant Express Complete Integration. So for those of you who are looking for a good ETicket solution, whether you have it already or whether you're looking for one with Applicant, Applicant Express Complete is a fantastic solution for that. Applicant, you can essentially submit e-tickets, I think, I don't remember the exact number, but for about 8 different carriers, you can submit a drop ticket through them. I'll show you how easy it is with our platform integrated with theirs. And so they do have their own quote engine, but it doesn't have the substandard rates. They don't have forms. They don't have all those things. And so what we did was, instead of doing our own e-ticket, with those carriers, what we've done is we've integrated with them. So you can actually go in from the quote results, pop right into an e-ticket to Applicant and send it over and be done. There's you can see here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 extra fields other than what you've already filled in. So really, to submit an application, a client, you're sitting there in your home, you run a quote, or in the home of your client or in your own home, you run a quote, you get to the quote results, you put in 6 extra fields, you're done. It's over to Applicant, and they're starting the process. Really, really cool. So I'll show you some of those features as well in the demo. We're very, very excited about this, because what this does is allows us to go all the way from quoting to submitted application, all within our platform. And obviously, you need to be set up with Applicant. If you need help getting set up with them, let us know. We're happy to send you over to them and get that process started. They're a great company, really great to work with, and I think you'll like your experience there. So if you're, this makes selling life insurance so much faster and so much easier. And this is the future of life insurance selling, is electronic ticket submission, electronic application submission, and this is kind of our first step in that. So this makes it really, really easy, really, really slick, and really fast. We have our new fresh design and flow. Many of you have seen that already. If you're a current client, we've probably contacted you to get you upgraded to the new system. You can customize some of the design and colors, like the colors of the button and the color of these headers. Right now, we're doing all that for you. And so that's a feature that's available on the new platform there. It's, of course, mobile optimized. And I'm going to show you all these features when I demo it in just a second here. But it works really nice on any kind of device. And so you don't need like a separate link or anything like that. People can just go to that page on your website and run a quote. And I'll show you that in a second. And it has all the functionality. They can do the full quote with table ratings, riders, waivers. It is really, really slick, and it works nice on any kind of device. A new feature in the new Agency Life Quoter Agency Life Quoter is when you run a quote. Our old quote engine, you could only put in date of birth. Now you've also got the option to put in age. So you have both those options. You have the option to do table ratings, riders, waivers, child riders and riders. You can do comparisons. So if you want to compare a standard to a table C and show those in the same quote results and create a PDF with a side-by-side comparison, you can do that, which is really nice. I believe iPipeline doesn't do that, allow you to show them side by side. You can run a table rated case, but you can't compare a standard plus to a table B because that's, maybe table B for protective is the same product as if you were to run a standard for American General. That's not actual numbers, that's just off the top of my head, but if you need to do those comparisons and download a PDF with that, compare it side by side, you can do that on ours. And that's really slick feature, I think. You can compare simplified issue and fully underwritten product, which is nice. So here's the quote results. So if you want to do a 10-year term and you also want to run a 10-year term and only show simplified issue products, or like only show your non-med type products, you can actually select those options and have it only show those in the quote results. That's a new feature that we had a lot of requests for to be able to do that. And we've also we've got all the current the products that we had in there before with term and GUL, return of premium, and then some other products, paid age 65, things like that. And you can customize those as well. So if you only, if you don't want your agent to be able to select simplified issue products only, then you can turn that off in the back end. If you don't want them to do guaranteed universal life, you can turn that off in the back end. So that way you can customize which carriers, and you can actually even customize down to what products show up. We recently had someone who wanted a certain products from Pacific Life to not show up in the quote results. They wanted they wanted to turn off the prime term. They just wanted the standard term products to show up. And so you can actually drill down to individual product types. I'll show you that in a second here. Here, and then here's where you do all the flat extras, accidental benefit, waiver, premium, that kind of stuff. Another thing is AM Best credit ratings are now a standard feature. We used to charge extra for that. We just included that in the price now. And so that's all included in there. And we actually have a new way of showing the AM Best information. In our old engine, you actually had to pop out to a new tab to show that AM Best information. Now we show all right there within the quote results. It's really, really slick. I'll show you that in a sec. We have a state availability map. This is nice because you can see what states those products are available in right there in the results. And then we've also added a carrier forms preview. So in the actual quote results, or in the actual quoting and in the forms engine, you can go in and you can actually see a preview of the form. So if you know what a form looks like and you're in a hurry to get it, you can find it pretty quick. In the forms engine, you can also do like a list view if you want to do that, but that's a new feature. I don't know of anyone else who does that. And then you check the ones that you want, download selected. You can select standard packet, which is all the new business required forms, that kind of thing. And so you'll see that in a second, but that's a pretty slick feature that we've added. You can sort the quote results. So when you get to the quote results, so if you are comparing a table C and a table B, and you want to see, hey, here's all the products for Transamerica with a table C and a B, and so you can compare those quickly and easily. Those show up right there. One thing that surprised me that that I found that people really like is the ability to send the quote as a text. So nowadays, much more is going towards text messaging and getting information quickly, things like that. And the texting feature has actually been really popular in our quote engine. So you can actually get to the quote results in the quote engine and the forms engine. Actually, you can do it in both, and you can send a text message, and you'll download a link. I'll show you that in a second. I'll show you my phone. I'll send myself a text message. It takes like 3 seconds for this text to hit your phone. It's pretty cool. This one is actually supposed to be in the coming soon, so I'll mention that in a minute. We are doing vendor and carrier e-ticket integration. So many of you are familiar with our electronic ticket submission in the past, where you can create your own forms. So if you have like a custom solution and you want people to be able to submit a form to you directly to your office, and then you take that information and do what you want with it and submit it to the carrier. We have several clients using that platform. That's in there, but we're also working directly with some carriers to do e-tickets for them as well. Plus third-party companies. There's a company called the Life Insurance Center over in Colorado that we're doing an integration with as well. We're going to be doing opening up an integration there as well, and then and other vendors. Our first vendor obviously is Applicant. We're very, very excited about that relationship with them, and so check that out. You can do custom link options from the quote results. So if you want to link out to a carrier website, so for example, American General has their own app, or Protective has I think it's what they call it, an easy app. You can, if you want to just send your carrier or your agent to that carrier site to do the drop ticket, or as we call it, e-ticket, then you can just put in a custom link. You can upload your own icon and name it what you want, and then send them out to wherever you want from those results. I'll show you how that works. Another item here is our custom content delivery network for our quote engine hosting. So what this is I have this image here because what we do is we store all the information in servers all over the world. And so wherever you are, wherever you're running quotes, it's going to look for the servers that are closest to you. And that way it should be the same process no matter where you are, depending on your internet connection, obviously. But as far as the time it takes for the system to hit our servers and send back the quote results and the information, you should have a seamless experience no matter where you are. And it should be the same anywhere in the world, really. Barring internet connection, of course. But so that's a really a powerful piece of this. It's also backed up in multiple locations, so we shouldn't have downtime. So if servers go down somewhere, there's a natural disaster here in Utah, you can rest assured your quote engine will still work because it's backed up on servers all over the country, all over the world, really. And so that's a really powerful piece of this. Rather than everything being hosted here in-house, it's hosted all over the country for speed and reliability. So I have a couple items that I wanted to just showcase you guys for those of you who have graciously decided to join us here in our webinar today. We love feedback, and the next little section here is based on feedback. So these are features that are coming soon to our quoting and forms engine based on customer feedback. So that being said, we are listening. We do put a lot of pride in the fact that we take feedback from our clients and try to implement it. Now, that being said, if it's something that only works for your office, it may not get implemented. But if it's something that most people would want to use, or it's a good feature across the board, then we will implement it. We take a look at every single piece of feedback we get from our clients and try to look at integrating that into our system. So please, please, please provide feedback to us. Feel free to send it. You can send it to support@ixn.tech. You can send it to really anywhere here at IXN. So if you want to just give us a call, or you can send it, just email us. And we'd be happy to take that from you guys. So a couple things, we're going to be adding carrier marketing materials to the forms engine and quote engine. So you'll be able to go right from the quote results to grab carrier marketing material. We're adding more PDF download design options. And so you can actually, right now I'll show you kind of the standard. I'll show you the standard PDF that comes, but you can see over here on the side, we're going to be adding some different design options, so you'll actually be able to choose your layout and choose your design. So, if some designs might lend itself better to having 40 quote results on one page, or, some might lend themselves better if you're just comparing 3 carriers and you want to see more. So we're working on that. You'll be able to choose your design and it'll lay it out for you. We're adding a data accuracy diagnostics tool. This is where you'll be able to see, it probably won't look exactly like this. This is kind of an old design, but you'll be able to see up-to-date information on carrier updates. So last time a carrier updated their forms or rates, or if you want to, you can search for a specific carrier or product, or you can just see latest updates. And so you'll be able to get those automatically within your backend login. That's something that's coming soon. We're also going to be adding underwriting data and build charts to the quote engine. That's something that we're working on, getting that information from the carriers. That one might be a little slow just because a lot of it's dependent on carriers' feedback and carriers actually getting us the information. And so, but that is something that we're working on as well. And the last thing is side-by-side payment mode comparisons. This is one that we've gotten a lot. Right now, in the quote results, we just show, one selection. So as you see here, there's a drop-down, and you can select how you want to run it, monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, or annual. Now you'll be able to say, hey, I want to show all of them in one result. And so you can compare all of them. That's a request we've had a lot. That's something that we're working on right now as well. That's a coming soon product. So last item here before I go into the demo part, we have new embed code. So the old embed code looked like this up top. The new embed code looks like this down the bottom. And that is significant because the new embed code is actually embedded onto your site. Before it was an iframe. Now it's actually embedded on your site, and so it's a little more responsive. It works a little faster. It loads with the page. It's also easier to make it responsive for mobile and things like that. And so it's a really, really nice experience. Again, we just give you a piece of code, you plug that in, and it's good to go. All right, let's get into the demo portion of this. So here is our quote engine. This can be customized. So we've got our color bar up here where you can, this one I customized for the Citycrest Financial to match their website colors. So Citycrest Financial is a fake agency, by the way, not a real agency. But let's say we want to run a quote for John Doe here. And you'll notice that it auto-filled my agent information. So this is a feature that we added upon request from clients, that it kind of remembers the last agent information that was put in here from this computer. And so that's really nice. It makes it fast, so you don't have to put that in every time. So let's run a quote. We're going to do a standard. We'll do a table C, or let's do a table B with that as well. And then we'll do a 10 and we'll just do a 10-year term for now. We can always come back and add some different things. But again, here we go, date of birth or age, and so you can kind of select which one you want. Right now we'll just put in age, it's a little faster. We click view quotes. Now the time here is dependent on how much information I put in. What it's doing right now, it's actually hitting our servers to make sure it's got the latest rates, latest up-to-date information here. And so, perfect, now we've got our quote results. And obviously it's going to show, because I've got it sorted by premium ascending, it's going to show the cheapest stuff at the bottom, so my table B is probably going to be down lower. So for example, if I do this by carrier, so here we've got our American General, table B, and standard. We've got our emeritus, table B, and their, let's see here. We've got some information on them, but yeah, we've got, so we can go down here and see them side by side. So if I want to download a PDF for our standard banner and our standard plus with the table B rating, then I select those and I can go up here and I can click on download, text, or email. Let's say we want to compare those to American General here. So I click on download, and it'll ask me if I want to show the agent information. Most of the time you probably do. And then we click on create PDF. And here we go. We've got our PDF with our quote results. So it shows the table B's down here next to each other and the standards up here next to each other. And so this is our download PDF. Right now, you just have the option of downloading this one. Like I said, we're going to be adding more design options here in the future, which will be really, really cool. So you'll be able to add that. It does have a little disclaimer down here at the bottom that it kind of prints the date on there and the time that this was done. So if they come back and are referencing it later, that kind of thing. Yeah, so that's that. Now let's say I want to text it. So I've got my phone screen here. I've got my reflector. I'm going to send a text message. I click on send text. I'm going to put in my cell phone number. And I click send text. If I go back to show my phone screen here, I just got a text message. So here we go. Hi, Lassa. Here. I click on that, and it downloads the PDF to my phone. I click open, and there we go. And I've got my comparison. It took about 5 seconds for it to come to my phone. Really, really slick, really fast. That's, again, it's the same thing I showed you there a second ago, but that came right to my phone. I'm reflecting my actual phone screen here. The other thing I'll show you here is this is what it looks like on my mobile. So this is on my actual phone. I can show you how easy it is to do all this. So I've already put everything. Get to the quote results here in a second. And there we go. We've got our quote results. At the top, it shows the selected items. And then down below here, we've got our looks like my audio is cutting out now that I'm using this reflector thing or something. I think it's a little much for my internet. So let me turn this off. But you can see here, it's got all the functionality. It's really fast. It's really slick. We can run the same quotes on, that you can on a desktop if we want to add a, child insurance rider to it or a couple riders. We can run that as well. Give it just a second here. And so here we've got some quote results. Now we've got the child rider units here on these as well. So there we go. Let's go back. We're going to close this out. All right. And then you can also email them from here, of course. That was a feature we had before. You can, if you put in the from email, it'll actually come from your email. It'll say, hey, this came from this email address. And they click reply, it'll reply to you directly. But yeah, there's our quote results. If you want to see the most expensive first, we click descending. There we go. Yeah. So we've got our quote results here. Now, with those quote results, let's say we want to learn more about protective. If we click on protective, and this is where it becomes really, really powerful. We've got some options here below. We've got our standard forms. We've got our, we can see our state availability and our AM Best rating information. So, and then we've also got our action bar here. In our action bar, we can email a quote, create a PDF, send us a text, just like we have already done. We've also got a request form feature that you can turn on or off if you want. So if, if either we don't have this specific carrier, or maybe the agent doesn't know what forms to download because they've got some specific issue or something and they're just struggling with it, they can put in a request, and this can come to your office. You can select where that goes, that request comes, and it's kind of a customer service thing that we've added to this that allows you to provide a little more service to your agents if you want to. It's a pretty powerful tool, but it's really just a contact form. You can also download the standard packet here. This would prepare a packet of the new business required forms. So that's kind of the quickest way to download the new business required forms. You can, so what it did there while it was loading, it was combining all of them. So there's 94 pages in this PDF. So it combined them all into one big PDF with all the forms. You can also just select the ones you want. If there's a specific form that you need or specific set of forms that you need, you can kind of grab the ones you want. And then if you scroll down a little bit, we have the supplemental forms down here. So, here's your aviation and scuba diving racing questionnaire. Someone just asked if the forms are fillable. Great question. Yes, they are. Forms are fillable with like a PDF type editor. We don't have like a DocuSign system set up with these forms. They're just a fillable form that you can use if you've got a PDF editor on your computer or tablet or that kind of thing. So great question. Again, state availability. This shows what states that product is available in. And then AM Best rating. This is where you get your rating information from the carrier. You used to have to click on the rating, and then it would pop you out to a new tab, and that's where you would, find the rating information about that carrier. Now it's right here. It's way quick, and so really quick, really easy. That was one of the things we wanted to do. Is we wanted everything at your fingertips. We didn't want to pop you out into all these new tabs all over the place, and then you have to find your way back to your quote results. Everything is right here in front of you, and you can open multiple at the same time. Like if we want to go down here and see banner as well, I can click on that. So one of the things that I'm most excited about this, though, is our integration with Applicant. You notice that in this bar, I kind of skipped over that, there's this Express Complete button. What this does is, this is what I was talking about earlier in our integration with Applicant. If you're looking for a good ETicket provider, they're awesome. And so what you can do in our system, you can turn on this ETicket service. You click here, and what it does is it'll automatically populate and send over all the information you've already filled out. And then there's about 6 more fields that are needed to submit an e-app to Applicant. So it takes you about 20 seconds to submit an application, which is pretty dang slick. And then they take it from there. They'll do a tele-app, I believe. I think it's a little bit different for each carrier, but they'll actually do a tele-app. They'll call the client, get all the information, the rest of the information that's needed. But you as an agent, imagine, or your agents, imagine them on the golf course, in the home of a client, wherever they are, they can submit this information and be done with their part in about 30 seconds. Really, really fast. This is really the future of submitting business is quick, easy, fast submission. And this is how we're doing it currently. And so you can also customize this. So I know many of you have your own kind of solution. So, like an Express Complete button, you may not want it to be named Express Complete. I think I don't want to give away anyone's intellectual property, but I think someone's got it named something else. They may have it named like Quick App or Snappy App, I think I've heard. And you can even upload your own icon here as well. So if you want it to be kind of your own solution, you can. And I just had another question about what about carriers currently not available through Applicant? And that's a great question. So because Applicant right now, they don't have every carrier on their platform. You've seen a couple here, Protective. If I click on, Haven Life, there's no Applicant button here. If I click on Ohio National, again, there's no Applicant button. It's only available for certain carriers. So for carriers who aren't on Applicant, we have our own ETicket platform, or we can work with other vendors, or you can do a link. This is where the custom link comes into play. So what I can do is we have our own form building tool. So if you want them to submit the business to you, we can do it that way. If you want to link them off to the carrier website, right from here, you can build a custom link that does that. It's all in the back end. So let me show you how that works. This is how you set up the Applicant integration as well. So I'm going to go into my back end here, and we're going to go to my quote engine. And there's this custom actions button up here. And right now I've got it set up for Symetra and Express Complete. If I want to create a new custom action, I come in here and I can either do default or applicant. If I do default, I can create a label. I can let's just do, we'll just call it eApp, right? And for right now, we'll just make the URL protective.com. And then I can choose an icon. So if I want to upload an icon to this, let's see here. I don't think I might have some icons offhand. Got some carrier logos here. Which one were we doing? We said Protective. So let's say we want to do the Protective logo. There we go. And then we can select what carrier that's for. So for Protective here, I know Protective is on Applicant, but so maybe we put it under someone else. Maybe we put it under someone who will definitely show up in the quote results. Actually, let's do this. We'll go back here. Let's find the carrier. Let's put it under Pacific. I do not believe they have it. Yep. So we'll put it under Pacific Life. So just for fun. I'm doing this to show you how easy it is to essentially customize this to whatever you want. So you can have multiple carriers. Have the same one work for multiple carriers. So if I then go back here and I click on, let's recalculate. Hopefully I don't have to refresh the whole thing. And now I go down to Pacific Life. Oh, I think I have to refresh the whole thing in order for it to update. It's not showing up there. So that means I have to rerun the quote. So give me a sec here. Show you how fast it is to run a quote. Hopefully we did it all right. Let's go down here to Pacific Life. Oh, not showing up. I may just need to clear my cache. That might be the issue. Or maybe I may have not done it right. But the idea is that you can kind of customize that for that carrier. Oh, I selected the wrong carrier. I think that's what happened here. Let's just do Protective. So Pacific Life Insurance Company. There we go. I didn't select Pacific Life Insurance Company. That's probably what was the problem. Yep, there it is. And we've got our custom icon, and that will just link out to wherever. Now, if that's linking out to a form, I must have put in the domain wrong, but you can customize those actions however you want. So that's really cool. And we've also got our own form building tool where you can build your own forms and things like that. So if you want it to come directly to you, you can have that done as well. So really, really slick, really cool system here. There's a lot of functionality. I wish I had time to show you guys everything. I do want to show you guys the standalone forms engine as well. So if you don't want your agents to have to run a quote, if they just need to go grab some forms, we've got that here as well. For example, let's do protective, and we'll do their choice UL. That's what they compare with the term. We click Get Forms, and we click on Standard Packet, and here we go. We've got our new business required forms. We've got our, and you can select the ones you want. We've also got supplemental forms, so we can go down here and grab our authorization to obtain and disclose information. You can text, email, or download the forms from here as well. And then there's a list view. So if you just want to see the list and check the ones you want, if you just need to get to the ones quickly, you can do that here really quick. So if we just need an aviation and scuba diving questionnaire, we just grab the one we want and click download. And there you go. And you can text it from here. Again, works on mobile, works really nice across all platforms. Really, really slick, really fast system to get to where you need. So that is our new product. We're very, very excited about this. We think this will compete very well with your iPipelines of the world as far as functionality and a lot of other features. Going back to our question here, or our presentation, the next question here is, okay, what does this cost? Come on, loading. Trying to load my presentation. So the cost of the agency life quoter is, I believe that's actually supposed to be $150. So it's $150 a month, and then the carrier forms engine is $149. So most people buy them together. So it's $150 plus $149, so it's $299 a month that it comes out to. You do get a 20% discount if you pay for the year up front. So keep that in mind. So if you pay annually, you save a little bit of money. And then if you want to do the ETicket integration, it is a bit of an add-on. It's $59 extra a month. And that allows you to do the Applicant integration, integrate with other vendors. It allows you to create those custom links to anywhere you want. And it allows you to create your own forms if you want as well, your own questionnaires. So we're very excited about this product. We think this product will really take your technology to the next level within your agency. We are continuing to iterate on it, so we're adding new features constantly, adding new carriers. We feel like this is going to take over the quoting world in our industry and really revolutionize it. Really revolutionize your insurance sales business. So if there's any questions, please chat them in, and I'm happy to answer them right now. I think there were just 2 in there, and so far I've answered all those. So yeah, thank you all for attending our webinar. That will end our webinar for today. Again, it will be posted on YouTube, and feel free to watch it there. And thank you all for joining.